Ava Anderson woke before 6. She knew today was important. She had an interview at a large company. She spent extra time to prepare. She picked her best suit and made sure she looked professional. She left her apartment and walked to the bus stop. The city felt busy. Cars honked, people moved fast. Ava felt anxious, but she told herself, I must arrive on time and make a good impression. The bus arrived late. Ava hurried to get on. She held her folder tight. Her mind was racing. What if she was late? What if she messed up? When she got off the bus and reached the subway station, she held her coffee cup. A man in a dark suit walked out just as she entered. They nearly collided. The coffee sloshed and spilled.
Watch where you're going,
The man said, his tone sharp. Ava frowned. You bumped into me, she said quickly, her voice a little raised. She felt irritated. But her watch showed the time. She was going to be late for the interview. So she took a deep breath. I'm sorry, she added softly. Then she turned and walked away. She stepped into the subway. The doors closed. She exhaled and rubbed her arm. She thought, what a way to start my day. Then she told herself to focus. She had to carry on. The interview was too important to lose. Ava arrived at the office building of Hanford Corporation. The lobby was tall and bright. She checked in at the front desk and then headed toward the elevator. Her heart beat fast. She entered the interview room. There were 3 people behind a large table. Ava recognized one of them. It was the man from the subway. He sat calm and businesslike. He held a folder and looked at her. His name tag read, Liam Bennett, Senior Business Director. Ava froze for a moment. It's him. Her mind spun. She had no idea he would be here. She tried to stay calm. She sat down across from him. The interview began. The first question.
Tell us about your background and why you applied to our HR department.
Ava cleared her throat. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration. I have worked part-time in customer service. I believe I can contribute to your team. Liam's expression was neutral. He asked,
why did you choose to apply here instead of other companies?
Ava paused. She thought, be honest. Be confident. Then she said, I want to join a company where I can grow. I want to use my skills and learn new ones. I believe your company is the right place. The interview continued. Ava answered each question with care. She tried to show she was reliable and eager. Liam made notes, but said little. Ava felt the tension. As the interview ended, the panel stood. Ava shook hands. Thank you for your time, she said. She walked out into the hallway and exhaled. She thought, that felt tougher than I expected. But she hoped she did well enough. She looked back at the door. Liam glanced up. Their eyes met for a moment. Ava quickly turned away and left. Outside, sunlight warmed her face. She took a breath. and told herself, whatever the result, I gave this my best shot. A few days later, Ava received a phone call from Hanford Corporation. She waited by her computer at home. The voice on the line said,
"We are pleased to offer you a position with our company."
Ava's heart jumped. She smiled and said, "Thank you so much. I'm very excited." Then the caller added,
However, the position is not in the HR department. You will be assigned as a secretary to Senior Business Director Liam Bennett.
Ava's smile froze. Secretary. To Liam Bennett. Her mind raced. She had applied for HR support. This felt very different. She took a deep breath and replied, I see. I will accept the role. She spoke steadily. Inside, she felt a bit uneasy, but also curious. She thought, this could be a big opportunity. I can learn a lot. So she confirmed the offer and accepted the job. On her first day, Ava walked into a large office floor and looked for Liam's office. She found it at the end of a glass hallway. Liam stood by the window, looking out. She knocked lightly and entered. Liam turned. His expression was calm.
Miss Anderson. Welcome to your first day.
She gave a quick smile. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. I'm ready to begin and help you. He nodded. Then he said,
Let's get started.
Ava set down her bag, turned on her laptop, and prepared to take notes. She felt the weight of the moment. She thought, no matter the change, I will do my best. She glanced at Liam. He looked confident, powerful, and still a little distant. She told herself, this is just the beginning. Ava arrived at the office early, on her second week. She wanted to make a strong impression. She walked to Liam's office before the clock struck 9. Liam greeted her with a nod.
Miss Anderson. Please check the schedule for today. We have a client meeting at 11 a.m. and a board presentation at 3 p.m.
Ava opened her notebook. She noted every item. She felt a little pressure. But she told herself, I can handle this. Throughout the day, Liam assigned task after task. He asked Ava to draft emails, prepare slides, arrange travel for senior staff, and handle unexpected issues. When a shipment arrived late, and the system glitched, Liam turned to Ava.
Please coordinate with logistics and IT. Make sure this is resolved before end of day.
Ava's heart raced. She had little experience with logistics or IT. But she did not hesitate. She made calls, sent messages, followed up. She stayed until the problem was solved. At the elevator, a coworker said to her,
You work with Mr. Bennett? He gives heavy tasks.
Ava replied with a faint smile. Yes. But I'm learning a lot. By the end of the week, Ava was exhausted. Her eyes were heavy. She closed her laptop and sighed. She thought, this is more than I expected. But she also felt a flicker of pride. Liam had not commented on her work yet. And she wanted to earn his respect. She remembered her promise, I will prove myself. On Monday morning, Liam looked at her and said,
I reviewed the slides you prepared. Good job.
Ava's chest swelled slightly. She nodded and said, Thank you. I'll keep improving. Liam's expression softened just a little. Ava noticed. She felt, maybe I'm on the right track. She left the office for lunch. Outside the building, the air was warmer. She breathed deeply and allowed herself a small smile. She thought, I made a start. I'll carry on. Ava walked into the office early on Monday. She found her desk ready, her laptop open, and her coffee waiting in the break area. She felt the usual pressure. From across the glass hallway, she saw Clara enter the floor. Clara was the daughter of a major shareholder of the company. Her family held strong influence in the firm. Because of that, Clara had frequent access and walked freely through the offices. Today, Clara stopped by the open plan workspace. She ignored the receptionist's greeting and walked straight to the area where Ava sat. She stood behind Ava's chair without speaking. Ava felt the temperature change. She looked up. Clara said aloud, so others could hear.
Oh, you're the new assistant? I didn't expect HR to send someone with so little experience.
Ava's cheeks burned. She forced a small smile and said quietly, I'm Ava Anderson. I'll do my best. Clara nodded slowly.
Good. I'll hope you rise to what's expected around here. This isn't the place for mistakes.
She turned and walked away. Ava's heart pounded. She felt exposed. She thought, why did she say that so openly? Her mind raced. She reminded herself, I can handle it. Later that day, a team meeting was announced. Liam Bennett asked Ava to join. Clara was also present. At one moment, Clara looked at Ava and asked,
Are you familiar with our client database?
in a loud voice. Ava hesitated, then said, I have basic knowledge, and I'm eager to learn more. Clara responded,
Basic knowledge is not enough here. You'll need to adapt fast, or you'll fall behind.
The room went quiet. Ava felt all eyes on her. She tightened her grip on her notebook. After the meeting, Ava walked to her office and closed the door. She sat in her chair, closed her eyes, and exhaled slowly. She thought, I accepted this job to grow. But this is harder than I thought. At home that evening, Ava replayed Clara's words. She touched her laptop and the meeting notes. She felt the weight of the expectation and the judgment. She told herself, I will not shrink. I will show I belong. She set her alarm earlier for the next morning. She resolved to arrive before anyone else. She thought, tomorrow, I will prepare more. I will not let her doubt me. And so the week ahead felt heavier. But Ava also felt a spark of determination. She would work harder. She would learn faster. She would face the challenge. Ava arrived at the office on a Wednesday morning. She found a folder on her desk bearing the company logo. She opened it and read the memo It said, Audit of the West Coast Project. All files must be submitted by end of day today. Her heart sank. She had been helping with that project, but only in a limited role. She thought, I don't have all the files. I'll need help from others. She pressed her lips together and got to work. By afternoon, she had collected most files, but one major spreadsheet was missing. She asked a colleague in finance, but he said he sent his version to the project lead. Then the project lead said he never got it. The clock ticked. Meanwhile, Clara Lee passed by her desk and said quietly,
You might want to tighten up your process. Small slip-ups can grow fast here.
Ava looked down. She nodded, but felt a sting. She thought, why is she always watching me? At 5 p.m., Liam walked into the office. He asked Ava to join him in his private meeting room. His expression was serious. He said,
Eva, I have received a report. The spreadsheet from your desk failed the audit review. Our client presented a question about missing figures, and I had to explain why.
Ava's chest tightened. She looked at him. She said, I'm sorry. I will check and correct it. Liam leaned forward.
This kind of error reflects on the team. On me.
He paused.
We have to deal with this now.
Ava swallowed. Inside she felt shock. She thought, how could I miss that? She checked her watch. It was nearly 6 p.m. She felt tired, but a wave of unfairness came. She said, I will work late tonight and fix all the missing data. He nodded.
Thank you. But we must note this incident for your record.
Ava's throat went dry. She knew what it meant. A mark on the record. That evening, Ava stayed late. She rechecked every file, contacted the project lead, asked for evidence. She found a version of the spreadsheet in the project lead's folder, but it had been changed without her knowledge. She tried to send an email to Liam, but the system logged it under someone else's name. She closed her eyes and pressed her temple. She realized this wasn't my mistake alone, but the system pointed to her. She felt trapped. She thought, why isn't anyone backing me? I just started. I don't have power here. Next morning, the HR department called her. They asked her to come in. In the meeting, they showed the audit result and an internal note saying,
Assistant failed to submit correct data. Further review needed.
Ava felt her hands tremble. The note used the word assistant rather than her name. It made her feel small. Clara appeared in the room as a witness. She said nothing, but her presence said everything. Ava's mind raced. This was planned. When Ava returned to her desk, she found her inbox full of documents marked action required. Among them was a formal warning notice. She closed her laptop and exhaled. She told herself, I should quit. But she also thought, I can't turn away now. I accepted this job for a reason. I'll clear my name. With that thought, She opened the files again. The day ahead looked darker than she expected. Ava arrived at her desk early that morning. The office was quiet, and the lights were soft. She still felt the weight of yesterday's meeting. She opened her notebook and reviewed every step she had taken. She knew something was wrong. Mid-morning, Liam Bennett called her to his office. His door was closed. Ava knocked and entered. He looked up at her and said,
I found something. I need to show you the data in the logs.
Ava's heart skipped. She had worked late, followed every instruction. She expected a reprimand. But what came next changed everything. Liam placed a folder on his desk. He opened it and pointed.
Here is the version you submitted. Here is the version I found later, with changed entries. These changes were made under a user ID. That was not yours.
Ava leaned forward. She reviewed the printout carefully. Her breath caught. She said softly, I didn't know this version existed. Liam nodded.
When I traced it, the edits came from an account linked to Clara Lee's division. I'm sorry, you were pulled into this.
Ava's world tilted. She whispered. So, I was set up? He sighed.
Yes. Clara used her influence to push the blame onto you. She wanted you to fail, so she could show she was right.
Ava closed her eyes. She felt hurt, angry, but also relieved. Relieved that she didn't cause this mess alone. She took a slow breath. Liam continued.
I made a decision. You'll be reinstated fully. We'll clear your record. And I will deal with the person who orchestrated this.
Ava looked up at him. Her eyes filled with tears. She said, Thank you, Mr. Bennett. I appreciate this more than I can say. He stood, offered his hand.
You've shown courage. You stayed when it would have been easier to walk away. That matters.
Ava shook his hand. She felt a change inside. In the following days, the office atmosphere shifted. Clara's visits dropped. She avoided Ava's desk. Ava still focused on her work. But now she held her head higher. She thought, I belong here. One evening, Liam invited Ava into his office again. He closed the door and offered her a cup of coffee.
Eva, I want you to know that your effort didn't go unnoticed.
He said quietly. She accepted the coffee and sat. He looked at her with a steady gaze.
I realized something. I misjudged you from our first meeting. I thought you were just late, unprepared. But you proved me wrong.
Ava listened, feeling both surprised and humbled. He smiled a little.
I'd like you to take on a larger role. I want you to assist me directly on the West Coast project.
Her heart leapt. She feared the project might cost her job. Now, it has become a new chance for her. She nodded. I'll do it. I promise, I'll give it my all. Liam stood and opened the window blinds. The city lights glowed outside. He said,
This company moves fast. People change fast. If you are ready, I'll trust you to be part of that change.
Ava looked out the window. She thought, "This is my moment." She turned back to him and smiled. "Thank you for trusting me." One tough chapter was over. A new respect grew between them. Tomorrow would be different for both.